Alright, so honestly, I don't even know if I'll post this, but um, I want to talk about like, no, I don't even know what you want to talk about, but like, I want to talk about like, um, music. Now, I'm not a music producer, nor am I anybody who is affiliated with music. Like, I'm not a composer, I'm not a good musician. I know a little bit of guitar, like I'm very average. But I think when it comes to music listening, I'm also very average in that too. I'm not like one of those people that listen to like a million different genres, and they sit here and I could tell you about Frank Ocean and Tyler the Creator. Like I listen to them, of course, and like I'm aware of like their music, and of course there are really good songs that like I'm willing to appreciate. But I'm very selective. Like when it comes to music, I feel like I firmly believe that music is a form of self-expression. And like growing up, I was somebody that just used to listen to rap. Like rap is all I used to listen to, cause like that's what was popping back then. I was making Fortnite montage. That's all he used to do. It's like cook up Fortnite edits and put rap music behind it, and like that's all people used to listen to, like Lil TG and things like that. That's all I used to listen to. But like I realized my appreciation for other genres of music came through experience, as in like getting older and experiencing new things. Like I'm catching things that I wouldn't have caught before. Like bars just hit different when you hear it. Where like younger me would have been like, what am I trying to say? But like when you hear that in a song, you know what I mean? Like you hear it now after you mature and you got older. It just hit. And like I feel like people take that for granted. Music. Like an artist that I've been listening to a lot is Adrian Lenko. Um like I heard on TikTok. I had on TikTok Fizz. It was the I don't wanna talk about anything. I don't wanna talk about anything. I ain't gonna lie, it's a clowny hell of that song. Anytime you hear that about other bitches mocking songs like that, her voice sound like that. I thought it was a he. I was like, why her voice sound like that? But like I started listening to it more and more and I clocking it. I was like, hold on. This hits in, cause like that's her taking the time to express like herself, and it's not up for us to try and understand. That's just her explaining it. And you know what's the beautiful thing about it too? Is that it's not up for us to understand, yet we still can relate. And that just goes to show how powerful music is. It's a form of self-expression and a form of communication. Communication is the art of exchanging words, exchanging thoughts between two or more people so that they could understand each other. Being able to do that through music, where some people might not be as articulate, some people might not be a public speaker, or maybe some grand debater, but they could do it through music. Some people might not be able to understand certain words, but when they feel it, when they feel simple words, when they hear simple words and they feel that melody behind it, and that changes the whole meaning of the word and gives it a different sort of twang to it. Like you just can't feel anywhere else. You can't feel the regular words. That is just a beautiful thing, and that's something that I've been learning to appreciate more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like music like that, like deep music. Like I could still appreciate rap, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, I still play my Lucky. It's my Lucky, I still play my Ken Cuss, you know what I'm saying? But like, when that Adrian like could come on, I need to sit back and be like oh man, I don't wanna talk about anything. Cause look, a nigga don't wanna talk about anything for real. A nigga don't wanna talk about anything for real. Don't talk about she not talking to half return. Man. Shadow, shadow, what a show. Every other step there's a cross I cry. I remember I heard that like I heard that for the first time. Not for the first time, but like early into the first time I was with my grandma's house. I was staying there for a while. And I was in her spare room and I was lying on my bed, I was had my headset on and I was listening to it. And like I was going through something cause um I was going through something cause I was like I was going through like a kind of depression in a sense of like longing for like a child, like longing for my childhood. Cause like that's one thing I've been trying to cope with. Well, I really know how they deal with it. And you know the sad thing about it, everybody goes through it, right? So I can't, you know what I mean? But like it still hits for me. Like I be thinking about like damn. I remember how things used to be when I was younger. Like when I was younger, nigga didn't have facial. No nigga got facial. They didn't care about a lot of things. No nigga cared about a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like that lack, that innocence that I once had is gone. It's gone. And that's not a bad thing, really. That's not a bad thing. A lot of things could bring that innocence back. Hanging around people that, hanging around friends that are really like there for you and bring out the best in you, bring out that inner child, could bring the innocence back. You know. But that's what I've noticed. But it seems like there are times where I still feel, I long for certain things that I can never get back. Like I long for feelings and perspectives of how I used to view certain things, and I know I can never view it like that again because of what I've experienced. It's not a gloomy thing, being no, it's just a nostalgic kind of thing. Nostalgia is such a weird feeling because I wanna feel this again, but I can't feel it again. I can't feel it in that same way again. And how would I relate to Adrian? Like this song is called Half Return. Just over the title alone, it's returning to some place that you were once there, were once before, but you're not fully there yet, and you can never be fully there yet. That's why it's called half return, like you're there but not there. She goes on to say, Illinois toy road in the airplane. Roll the windows down, shoot at the change, half return. Like her hometown, she's talking about her hometown and things of that nature, and she's going back there. And it's just not the same as it was in her childhood. It wasn't the place that she knew as home. And that was something I was struggling with a lot too. With like what is home and can I get it back? Can I get that exact vision of home that I had before? Can I get that back? Can I go back and just thinking maybe if I bring everybody back and put them all in a room, would it hit the same? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. And like, man, I don't know if that's just me being immature, but like, I can't, like, I try to, like, you know what I'm saying? I try, but like, it's just such a hard emotion to deal with. I can't even call it emotion, whatever that is. It's such a hard thing to deal with. I don't think anybody talks about the feeling of nostalgia, this half return, this longing for childhood things and longing for childhood. I'm 18. I'm 18. I'm 18 to 19 this year in September. And I'm longing for a childhood that I had just the other day. And the crazy thing is that I was watching it transform right before my eyes. I was watching things being taken away and things changing and morphing right before my eyes. And I was saying I couldn't even process it, even though I know a lot of things. I ain't want to talk about it, but like there's a lot of things that like, I just can't process still. But it's in my head. And like I'm still trying to make sense of it. And I realized what gave me a sense of comfort is that I'm not alone in this feeling. A lot of people might feel the exact same way, but there are a lot of people that feel similarly or relate to. I don't have any real life examples, and I've never really had conversations with anybody that I really had much friends to really talk to about it per se. But I hear it a lot in music, and that is what I think is beautiful about music. Is that people, it's a form of self-expression, and people express their thoughts, their weird and conflicted thoughts, their construed strings of thought bubbles that just don't make any sense, but they try to make sense of it on a track with drums and bass and lyrics and voice inflections and melodies. That gave me um a lot of appreciation to, what I'm saying, the way that people make music, and it could reach a lot of people. Another song too that I like is Agony by Young Lean. I Man, I was really obsessed with that song. I still am, like, I love this song. So many lies that I found, blood heaven, I stick to the ground. So many times I realize what I seek for is right in front of my eyes. I'm alone in a hole in the ground. Like, his raw, he didn't have no special effects on his voice. It's really just him. I think he was talking about his drug addiction, things of that nature. Isolation caved in. I adore you, the sound of your skin. Like, it don't get any more raw than that. You know what I'm saying? And like, that rawness is like, that raw, that energy. Like, you could hear his emotion, you could feel it. I was watching a live performance of him performing for a concert. Niggas in the crowd was crying. People were crying at him saying, he was saying, what you saying? He's in isolation caved in. I adore you, the sound of your skin. And he kept on saying isolation, isolation. He's saying isolation over and over. So people crying, that's why man kisses his girl and all kinds of things. I was like, I'm there, I'm in my room and I have my headset and I'm bumping, man. I'm like, yeah, I feel it too. I feel it. Isolation kid, then I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel man, music is just, like, music is a beautiful thing. I feel as though people don't really pay attention to the amount of effort artists put into it, and they also don't pay attention to how that a lot of their problems they aren't even dealing with alone. You could hear it in the music. You could hear it in the music. Other people are dealing with the same issues, and you could literally hear it in the music. And if they're not dealing with the same exact thing, they're dealing with similar issues. And if they're not dealing with similar issues, they're dealing with issues regardless. And just like you, they don't know how to cope with it, so they don't know how to cope with it. And the only way they can think about coping with it is by putting it into a track and publishing it or sending it out. You know? Like, I make TikToks, and like, I like that. Um, like, I don't, like, I post like things where, like, like those TikToks where you just have like words and, a video behind you holding the camera. Like, that's like what I post. So I post like stuff like that, and a lot of people came and reached out to me and talked to me. They need something to talk about. Like, they came and talked to me. I was going through something. Like, at the point, it's like I be going through things and I just post about it, like on a real low key kind of thing. But like, other people like going through similar things too, so like they be liking it and like coming on messages and stuff. That's so cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's so cool, and that made me feel better, knowing that I'm not alone, and knowing that people relating and people realizing that they're not alone either. and that makes everybody feel better too. You know what I mean? But I should make a video on why I even made a TikTok account in the first place. That's a good one. That'll be something good to talk about. I don't even know how I'm gonna title this. I'm recording this on my iPad. Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. on my phone right there, propped up for additional lighting. But yeah, that's it.